Welcome aboard! At this time, I'd like to ask everybody to please remain seated throughout the ride and keep your hands and arms inside the vehicle at all times. Also, for the safety of our cast and the comfort of those around you, please no flash photography or use of external video lighting. Whew! Now that we've taken care of business, let's talk about me. My name is Max, and I'll be your guide during this magical journey into the movies. It's the perfect job for me because I love the movies. So is everybody ready? Great, because it's showtime. Ready when you are, CB. Hello, and welcome to the Great Movie Ride. Once again, my name is Max, and I'll be taking you from this Hollywood soundstage right into the middle of the action of the greatest films ever made, all on one tour. So between you and me, this is no ordinary tour, because the Great Movie Ride brings these movies to life and puts you right in the middle of the action. First, let's visit some of those great Hollywood musicals, starting with the 1933 Busby Berkeley musical extravaganza, Footlight Parade, starring James Cagney, Ruby Keeler, and Dick Powell. Then, in 1952, Gene Kelly was Singin' in the Rain. Did you know Gene Kelly co-directed this film? Does anyone know what movie this is? That's right, it's Walt Disney's Academy Award-winning film from 1964, Mary Poppins, starring Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke. I have a bad feeling about this. Hold on to those wallets and purses, folks. This does not look like a very good neighborhood. In fact, this looks a lot like the underworld, the scene of such classic gangster films like The Public Enemy, starring one of my favorite tough guys, James Cagney.
Hey, shut up, you two. You want to blow cover?
Sorry about the delay, folks, but I don't want to run a red light, even in the movies.
Hey, you.
Are you talking to me?
No, tough guy. I'm talking to the dame in the funny-looking outfit over there. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Come in.
I'm not supposed to leave my vehicle.
I said get over here.
Alright, Muggsy. Whatever you say.
Hey, how'd you know my name anyway?
I have seen this movie before.
The heat's on, see? And your fancy car here's my one ticket out of here, so beat it.
You're making a big mistake.
I said scram out of here or you're gonna get hurt.
But I can't walk out in the middle of a movie.
Go on, beat it, you sap!
On second thought, I think it's time for a visit to a concession stand.
Hey, rub him out! Hey, you smokes, this ain't a fair fight! You're next if you don't shut up! Alright, everybody sit tight. Many of red lights against the law, and I never break the law. Watch this. No more red light. Sorry, boys, I'm making my getaway. Give my regards to the one, suckers. What are you looking at? Alright, everybody hold on to your P's and Q's, and maybe you won't get hurt. What is this? Where am I? Jersey? Sleepy little boy, get it? Alright, now that we're in the clear, It's the perfect time for me to collect up all your valuables. We'll start with the
There he is! It's the bank robber! Don't let him get away!
Hey, I don't even like this neighborhood, copper! This is nuts! And nuts to this! I'm getting out of here. Look at it this way. Things can't get any worse. Okay, it's worse.
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes. The option to override automatic detonation expires in T-minus 5 minutes.
Alright, I think that's enough creepy crawly things for one day, right? Snakes! Why do it have to be snakes?
The dust of 3,000 years lies undisturbed in this ancient burial chamber, and on the chest of the great stone god, a priceless jewel.
Whoa! Get a load of that, you guys! Time for me to get back to work. Now don't none of you move while I get the goods. I don't think they'd notice a few extra bodies around here, if you know what I mean.
Halt, unbeliever! Disturb the treasure of the gods, and you shall all pay with your lives. See? I told you I was going for popcorn. That just goes to show you, anything can happen in the movies. Now let's get on with the show. We are now entering the jungle home of one of the most memorable movie characters of all time. No, it's not George of the Jungle. Actually, it's Tarzan, portrayed here by Johnny Weissmuller. Over there, we have Maureen O'Sullivan as Jane, and the lovely and talented Cheetah as herself.
I'm saying it because it's true. Inside of us, we both know you belong with Victor. You're part of his work, the thing that keeps him going. If that plane leaves the ground and you're not with him, you'll regret it. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life.
The best lines of a movie ever. Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman in this classic romance, Casablanca.
We got it back last night.
Here's one of my favorite movie stars, Mickey Mouse, in one of his greatest roles, the Sorcerer's Apprentice in Fantasia. The sorcerer's name in this sequence is Yensid, which is Disney, spelled backwards. Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. How often do you get to say that? I'd say we're over the rainbow in one of the most beloved movies of all time, The Wizard of Oz, starring Judy Garland. I hope you all have enjoyed this tour through some of the greatest moments at the movies, but we've only scratched the surface of what Hollywood has to offer. There are still thousands of other great movies out there waiting for you to discover. Here are just some of my favorites. On behalf of Disney Studios, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the great movie ride. Now, before we do wrap this production, we still have one more scene to do. It's called The Exit. The action begins with you remaining seated until we come to a complete stop. Then you gather all your personal belongings and take small children by the hand. Now, once these doors open, rise dramatically to your feet and make a grand exit directly to the rear of the vehicle. Oh, and one more thing. When I yell action, don't forget the thunderous applause for yours truly. Places, everybody, and action! Thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful day here at Disney Studios, and on behalf of all of us, we'll see you at the movies.